The man is back in town. It feels like the boys are back in town. I mean, the boys are showing up. Nikki, Jakey's dropping 2 videos within a week's time. JonTron's doubling up.
Yeah.
I mean,
we haven't watched a Nikki Jakey video in a long
it's
time.
been a minute, and it's because like there weren't like any coming out, but now there is.
Yeah.
And the man dropped a music video, Barrens, Jakey.
I have no clue.
Well, you've heard his, playing piano and
right.
But he's like, it's ridiculous. It reminds me of Joji, where I was really into Pink Guy and Filthy Frank and thought he was hilarious, and this guy is fucking hilarious. And then he goes and drops this music. I'm like, damn, this shit goes, like it's pretty good. Same with this guy. Mm-hmm. Like, you are not going to expect what's about to happen, I'm sure.
Have you watched it?
I watched like the first 10 seconds of it and knew that I wanted to get your reaction. So no, I've been holding off on watching this video. But, JonTron's fireworks,
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Anyway, let's jump into this. So this is Barrens by Jakey. This is the official music video.
Jakey.
Nikki Jakey,
No, it's just Jakey.
I wonder if that's a Joji rib.
Maybe.
And he's willing to do whatever it takes to give First Love a second.
I could be the one to take you home. Late nights staring at your phone. I can make you feel like you're in love. I could be the one to make you quit. Late nights when you feel like shit. I can make you
He looks a little different.
Alone. If you took my place, would you change my ways? Would you change my name? Would you change my face? If you took my spot, would you change a lot? Would you change it at all? Would you change it? Maybe this is what I get for leaving you out in the cold. Drag my body to the woods and let me go. Paint a picture of my life into the snow. Pull the trigger like I never even know. Maybe this is what I get for leaving you out in the rain. Pop the trunk and drop my body in the grave. Throw a shovel, let me out to dig a grave. Put the pistol to my ear, I heard it say in the black on black, or the white on white. It don't matter what you wear when you die, right? In the 605 or the 212. It don't matter where you go when I find you. You can run all day, you can run all night. But in the end you know I'm always right. Oh no, in the 605 or the 212. It don't matter where you go when I find you. It don't matter where you go when I find. I could be the one to take you home. Late nights staring at your phone. I can make you feel like you're in love. I can make you feel like you're in love. I could be the one to make you quit. Late nights when you feel like shit. I can make you feel so damn alone. If you took my place, would you change my ways? Would you change my name? Would you change my face? If you took my spot, would you change a lot? Would you change it at all? Would you change it? Maybe this is what I get for leaving you out in the cold. Drag my body to the woods and let me go. Paint a picture of my life into the snow. Pull the trigger like I never even know. Maybe this is what I get for leaving you out in the rain. Pop the trunk and drop my body in the grave. Throw a shovel, let me out and dig a grave. Put the pistol to my ear, I heard it say in the black on black, or the white on white. It don't matter what you wear when you die, right? In the 605 or the 212. It don't matter where you go when I find you. You can run all day, you can run all night. But in the end you know I'm always right. Oh no, in the the one to take you home. Late nights staring at your phone. I can make you feel like you're in love. I could be the one to make you quit. Late nights when you feel like shit. I can make you feel so damn alone.
And the Oscar goes to...
I wanna go 85, drive off a bridge and die. I wanna go 82, drive off a bridge with you. I wanna go 83, drive off this bridge with me. I wanna go 85, drive off this bridge tonight. I wanna go 85, drive off a bridge and die. I wanna go 82, drive off a bridge with you. I wanna go 83, drive off a bridge with me. I wanna go 85, drive off this bridge tonight.
Well, you can make stuff heavier by giving this like assurance to your audience that this is kind of lighthearted. Don't worry, and then
Yeah, which is what happened.
Which is what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, you're kind of baited into this false sense of security, yet you've got like this ominous thing still going on, right? There's this dark cloud hovering over this funny little thing, and then it just starts a downpour. So I see that in so many things where there's like this, like the whole idea of the Annabelle's cursed doll. Mm-hmm. Like that's a kid's toy, mm-hmm. but it's possessed by this demon that's like, so there's this false sense, like Chucky, and
Right. Yeah.
it's kind of playful, and then it's like totally not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, driving off a bridge and shit, and then he's going to the Eminem territory with that drive off the bridge with me kind of thing.
Yeah.
Much different than I'm going to drive off a bridge with you in the trunk, but...
Yeah, he just gets to the point, doesn't he?
Eminem don't fuck around, man. No. But yeah, this was brilliant. I loved it. You could say that this is like... I hate when people are like honest in music like this, and then they get criticized for like, well, you might inspire somebody to,
which is such bullshit.
I'm sure that comes out and stuff. But what was it? Dennis Rodman, I watched an interview with him here recently, and there's a Pearl Jam song that he has the lyrics printed out, mm-hmm. and he takes them with him physically, because that song saved his life one night when he was almost to the point of doing something stupid.
Yeah.
And that song is very much, when he was reading the lyrics, kind of like...
Some of my most favorite songs or like artists are people who talk about that.
Yeah.
Or talk about like the hard times that they've been through and have gotten me through some of the roughest shit, and it's just like, it just makes you feel like you're not alone, and I think that's the entire point of it.
Yeah, you feel hopeless if you feel like you're alone in that battle, that nobody can relate.
Which is, there's something kind of fucked up about this. So one of my favorite bands is Off With Their Heads, and they had an album, and it was just like, it hit home, like every single song. And throughout college, it's like what I listen to all the time. You're driving down the road by yourself and you're screaming to it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then so they came out later with newer albums, and it was all about like getting better and healing and like, not trying to just be all in the dark. And for me, at least, it just was like, wow, this is just, I respect them. I think it's good. This is not what I want. And that sucks too, because it's like, I'm so happy that you're not there anymore, but goddamn if that wasn't so good, which is It's hard.
As a songwriter and a performer myself, I try to make sure that the darker stuff is not the most prevalent. And even if there is stuff in the songs that's like, damn, you know, it's like, damn, but fuck it.
Yeah.
You know, because damn is not where I want people to like be after the song's over. But there's some stuff that I've, you know, had to get out that has to be that way.
Yeah. And I think that's the ones that people really gravitate toward.
I mean, sometimes. I mean, there's one that like really reminds me of my cousin who, you know, unfortunately took a certain way out. That is not ever at any point like a positive, and it's just reality.
Yeah.
You know, and I wrote that before that happened. And it
really?
lined up with exactly what happened to him, because I felt that way, and I was writing it. I have it still. The lyrics are written on the inside of a Parliament cigarette box. Like, you know, people got the boxes that had packs inside of them, cigarette packs, and one of my roommates had it in the trash, and I just drunkenly pulled it out and scribbled the lyrics down, and then like it became so real whenever my cousin followed through with exactly what I had written. Like, the song had never been performed, I never put it out, but after that I knew I had to put it out there.
I'm glad that we're having this conversation. I absolutely did not expect for this to take its turn in this
like
video.
I said, I watched the first 10 seconds and had no idea about the rest of it.
I thought it was either going to be like a parody of like Joji, like you said, or just some light-hearted, funny, weird thing. But I think it's a really important conversation to have. You know, we've both experienced people that we love who've taken their own life, and you know, there's people out there who might be watching this video who feel that exact way, and just know that you're not alone. People go through it.
Hard to differentiate that you're not alone when you feel that way.
Oh my
God. But
God.
also, it's kind of fucked up to say to people you're not alone when they are. There's some people
you're not alone in feeling that way.
You're not alone in feeling that way, but a lot of times people are alone and they don't have anybody.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't.
Or it's like really difficult to reach out to people that you care about, because it's like they either don't understand it, or it feels like it's like a, hey, I need help, but it's, I don't know. For me, it feels almost like I don't want to ask for that kind of help because I don't want you to know that kind of thing. Or I don't want you to feel a certain kind of way about how you have to help me because I need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the context of this video, this is about a relationship and how you can feel after that, especially when you build your world as not just your world anymore. Right?
It's tough.
And so the only thing I can speak to that is it gets better. You are not in a position to control what somebody else does. And you have got to make sure you don't let anybody else be the star of your movie. Your life, your experience is yours. And you can't build that around anybody. You can build with that and do some shit like, you know, Nikki's my partner. We've been together for like 6 years now. You know, and so we have built a life together. You know, our life is intertwined in many, many different ways. And how could you separate something like that and not have a huge void? This is the appropriate way to deal with that. Get it out. Feel that emptiness and that loneliness and stuff, but don't make rash decisions based on how that feeling feels. You know, a situation that could invoke this kind of art, situations similar to some of the stuff that we've been through in our lives, those become scars that linger. You know, you have that on your history, but it doesn't define what the rest of your life is going to be. And if you do something stupid, you'll never find out. You know, you'll never. If I would have done some stupid shit or found a way to ruin my fucking life, I would have never met you.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's like, it's a double-edged sword, you know, saying something like, do something stupid. Like, we all know what that means. And,
yeah.
And that's really how people feel sometimes. Like, I lost someone that like one of my family members this way, and it's like a very tragic thing that I went through. And I used to be like really angry about it and stuff, and say stuff like that, like, oh, it's so stupid. And it's like, at this point in my life, like, I understand and I accept that. So like, I can't tell you how to feel. You know, I can't tell you what decision is right for you, and to say that that's stupid because I don't know what you're going through, you know, and there's circumstances where things are appropriate, you know, like things get really hard, so I'm not going to say that, but there is so much more than just what you're experiencing right now, always. And, you know, it's easy to say like, oh, you can change your life tomorrow. That's kind of bullshit because it's hard, right? It takes a lot of things. But
there's a big difference between it being bullshit and it being hard.
Exactly.
Okay? There's a difference between it being more than you can handle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at that point, that's why there's other people that can step in. People can't physically step into your brain, but I know counseling helps. I know that telling people helps. I know that, you know, for me.
Right.
Right? But I do agree that sometimes there are certain situations where people have, you know, some medical condition.
Right.
And
that's why I said,
I mean,
like, I don't want to label it as stupid because sometimes...
No. What I mean is, you know, this chick broke my heart. I feel like nobody likes me.
In context of the story.
Yeah. That, in the context of what went on in this video and everything, I feel like it's a pretty inappropriate way to handle it.
Yeah, and we've probably both felt like that at times.
But
you know?
and in that context, if you value that person, you doing that would then put a horrific curse on the rest of their life. Could you imagine knowing that because I left this person, they're gone because of me? Like, because, you know, you don't always feel the same way that you do every day.
Yeah.
There could be days and days and days of your life where you look back at that and are like, God damn, I did that. You know, to put that on somebody, that's fucked up. To say that I love this person and then I do that, and then to know that we just ended a relationship and they have to live the rest of their life.
Let's say that's in your note and you say something like, this is on you, then sure. But people make choices, and you can't say it's because
I know that I'm not trying to justify that feeling is legitimate.
Yeah.
But it will happen. That person will blame themselves to a certain degree. You know, and that's kind of fucked up. You know, I just feel like relationships and the way that society has built our minds to look at them, like, Disney movies aren't real. The romantic comedy shit he was calling out in the fucking video, that's why people think that way.
Yeah.
Shit is not perfect.
It's really hard.
We have so many issues.
Hard. It's so, yeah.
We have so much
people will
problem
say stuff in the comments and be like, you guys are the perfect couple. It's like, we have to try.
We were just fighting. You know,
hard.
I will see that shit when we've just had an argument. I swear.
Oh.
Yeah, all the time. People are like, oh my God, you're the dream couple.
We're on camera and we're editing. And we love each other so much, but we're both imperfect people.
And assholes, and argue, and fight. Like, we're man.
We bicker.
We bicker. Yeah, and like, I feel like so many people have this false idea of how relationships work, and like, when it keeps not fitting together, when you keep not being able to put the square in the round hole, it's you.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, that's not how relationships work.
Nope.
And then these people that go out and they're like in this world dating, trying to go through apps and like connect with.
I cannot imagine.
And they're like, why can't I find anybody? It's just like not your fault. You know, it's complicated. Things don't just fall into place. You have to work on yourself and you have to work through shit. And then like, even, you know, you can be in a long-term relationship and it just doesn't work out. And that's not like the end of the fucking world.
And there's so much more to life than just relationships.
Yes.
And I understand that's like a human need, you know,
survive
for
and
a
replicate.
lot of people.
Replicate is a big thing.
And so,
okay, not saying you have to do it, but your brain makes you think you do.
For a lot of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so much more, and a lot of relationships is just working on your damn self.
Working on yourself.
So, even if you're not in a relationship and you want to be, or you just got out of a relationship, or whatever your circumstance is, maybe you're in a super long-term relationship, working on yourself is kind of always the answer.
Yeah, that always tends to help, you know, because that's all you can control.
And, you know, driving off a bridge with somebody else isn't going to help anything. Also, trying to control someone else's actions is something that I did when I was younger. Like, if I didn't want someone to do something bad to me, like, I would try to make that not happen. If somebody's going to make a poor decision in your relationship to, like, cut off trust or do something bad, let them.
You find out everything you need to know.
Do whatever they want to do, and that just is the answer. So that's a big thing.
Yeah, you can't control what any grown person is going to do, nor should you try to control anybody. Yeah. But at the end of the day, this is a great video. He's got a good voice. The lyrics were on point, though I don't necessarily condone doing any of these things. I understand the artistry of it. I understand the implications and the meaning of such a powerful thing that is very personal, and I actually appreciate him for sharing that, because that's a risk.
Well, I mean, you have to be vulnerable too, especially when people are like expecting silliness. So that's...
Well, I think it's been kind of known that he's making music and that it's not what his videos were. Yeah, but I haven't seen anything like recently that was the first thing I've seen in a while. But yeah, so it's not this huge, oh my god, he's doing music now. It was just like a new song that came out. So, but it's different to see than the Pizza Hut demo disc video.
Right. Right.
Which is, I own 2 of them fucking demo discs, man. That's what turned me on to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Flexing over here.
Yeah, well, I had to, man. Jakey, shout out, bro. Shout out for the PS1 demo disc. But great video, brother. I hope you all enjoyed it. Y'all need to check out Jakey's channel. Go back through some of those great videos. He has some really good ones. And check out some of his music, because he's doing some really good stuff here. It's very insightful, very relatable, and tragic. Yeah. But thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you could subscribe to our channel. You could like this video and comment in the comment section. Like, let us know what you want us to react to. We're here for you.
Recommendations are in the comments or on the Discord, which we'll have linked in the description, as well as the original video.
And yeah, for this video, I think that's going to do it. Yep. See y'all.
As well as these. Well, that just took an unexpected.